Hey, Sherry. I understand you can't see me. How you feeling? How you doing? Good evening, everybody. This is gonna be a quick live. Right, this live tonight, we only gonna talk about Bethany. Hey, Jamie Moulton. We're only gonna talk about Bethany and them. You Oh, no problem. I am putting together something for a piece of content, and I got this idea thanks to a question posed by O'Neill, and also something else I saw on Dante's channel. And I'm gonna look. I also believe there's something on Skip Lanter's channel. So I want to do something on Tamara and D. I don't know if it's gonna be alive, but I'm gonna do something on Tamara and D, and Tamara and Anthony. And in response to O'Neill as to why Tamara would have come at Anthony like she did. I think he's thinking it is based on Shayla. Actually, it's not based on Shayla and what Shayla told him. It's actually based on several conversations she had with Amber. When Tamara knows Amber and she knows the situation, which is why it's odd to me that she would become friends with Shayla. I do know Amber at one point became inaccessible, but if I had to compare Tamara to anybody, I would compare Tamara to Amber, and that would be the most likely friendship. But I don't see Shayla and Tamara as a real friendship. But Amber and Tamara, I definitely can see them as a real friendship because of how they connected. It's another reason why I'm waiting on this party. So I'm putting together some stuff and relative to Tamara and D, and also Tamara and Amber. And how they are connected. Um, we're gonna go ahead and we're going to we're gonna go into the situation with Brooke and them because some skits dropped today, and I want to go through those skits. And now, y'all, I'm really low on energy right now. I'm tired, Ended up having a busier day than what I thought I was gonna have. So hey, Lolly Dolly. So I'm a little tired. So I'm gonna try to keep this one brief. Um, throat is bothering me a little bit too. So let me get over here to Wayne's channel so we can catch these skits with Bethany and Brooke. So first we got Bethany at the school showing out on the principal. So let's look at that. I would like to know why Shar wasn't informed, because Bethany don't want her to be informed, and it's kind of anticlimactic too. I want y'all's opinion. Do you find it kind of anticlimactic that we got all this hype up on Shara, Brooke, Larry, and all that with Shara's car, right? And then the day it's like back to normal old Bethany doing her normal old stuff, and like there's no repercussion. I mean, we got a little taste of it with Brooke and how Brooke was acting, but it just kind of died overnight. Like it just went to the Bethany wasteland, you know? So I'm a little confused as to why that didn't continue. The only thing that would make sense is that this whole bag thing is gonna be a part of it, you know? They are like that big fight never happened. And I'm like, did they forget or something? Like for real, did they forget? So right now I'm just getting everything in place to look at this Bethany skit. Pause. Here we go. All right, guys.
Do you really understand the severity of what happened?
It's just the purse. We gave it back.
Well, it's not just a purse. It's the act that took place. There was theft. The value of that purse in this state is considered a felony. I mean, do you ladies want to go to jail or do jail time?
No.
Like, what do you want to do with your future?
I mean, not go to jail.
Not go to jail? You said graduate, right? You think someone that continues to do things like that will be able to graduate from school?
It wasn't. But don't stop watching me, Jamie. It was hope and faith. Why did they suspend them also?
Well, I can't say it's just hope and faith because the video shows both of you. It doesn't show hope and faith in the video. So I have to go off the evidence of what I see. And what I see is you two dropping the purse and running off. So what do you think should happen from here?
I think you should suspend all of us and not just us.
Well, again, the evidence doesn't prove that it was all four of you. I have to go based off of what I see.
Thank you, Jamie.
And what's going to happen is both of you will be suspended for 5 days pending a hearing. Okay? Now I'll be getting in contact with their parents to discuss this with them as well. Okay? All righty?
That's the other thing. That's the other thing. Where is the bag strap? That bag strap is significant to whatever is going on. Well, I've seen them. I saw them on the bus. They were on the bus that day. I've seen them. I think I've seen this one right here. The one closest to us. I think I've seen her on the bus. Or around helping them.
So now that the thieves have been at your office, I want to know what the punishment is.
Well,
I think
right
so.
now they've been suspended for 5 days pending a hearing.
Okay.
What
It's
kind
gonna
of
take
hearing?
place.
I mean, when is this hearing going to take place? And
Well, the
How
hearing,
can we be involved with the hearing?
the hearing will be in the next couple of days, during the time where they're actually suspended. You
Okay.
have to get in contact with their parents first to
Mhm.
let them know what happened, what's taking place, and why they're suspended.
Okay, and then what's the results of the hearing once you made your decision?
What? Why the hell is she talking? I'm sorry. I'm not gonna. I can't control my mouth now. Why is she talking? Yes, I remember that, Lily. She pushed one of them. That was that day. I think Hope wasn't there, but they was trying to talk big stuff. Why is Bethany? He already done suspended them. He got to talk to their parents. They clearly gonna go before a tribunal for what they did because they did it on school property. What the hell else does she want? If she wants them to be punished so bad, go press charges. You know why she won't go press charges? Because then they're gonna look at her. They're gonna start looking into her. She just I can't stand her. I can't stand her. I can't stand this lady.
And what happens after that?
Well, through a hearing, the hearing decides basically what will take place. Could
That's
it be an
not-
expulsion?
No.
So, could they be a further punishment? Could that take place?
Okay, well,
You
a further punishment needs to happen right now.
I understand.
No, you don't.
I understand.
Because we've been through this so many
Yeah.
times with you already, and you have failed to fulfill your
sure.
obligations as a principal here.
They just sitting back, not saying nothing. I'm like, gosh, you just told her to shut up last night. Now today you seen her just letting her run everything. You told her she needs to know her place as a stepmom. Why ain't y'all calling? Why haven't y'all called Shara yet? Why has Shara not been called yet? Brooke ain't even called Shara. Yes, he did, Lolly. That's why I say this is gonna be a short one tonight. Cause I'm sitting here, I'm looking like
With all the situations with our daughter, we have become what feels like frenemies at this point, being in your office for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of seeing your face. Not to be rude, but to be rude. I'm tired of being here.
if you tired of seeing his
trust
face,
me.
then stay your butt home.
I get it. I hate that I may have failed you guys in this
Not
situation
may have.
and that you
Not
feel
may
this
have.
way.
You have failed.
But I do want to make this right.
Okay, so
I do want to
so
make
what are
it
you going
right.
to do to make it right? Because a hearing, a 5 days suspension or whatever,
Well-
that's not good enough.
Well, the suspension is just the start.
Okay, well, the
Okay.
start.
Yes.
Okay, so it needs to be a forever suspension. And
Well-
that's what it needs to be. It needs to be an expulsion. It needs to be, they don't need
That
to
type of
She needs to shut the hell up. She can't do nothing about this. Hey Zella, how's your brother? Just constantly just trying to she can't tell this man how to run his business. And I wouldn't be sitting here arguing with her either. My first son to be, you ain't even the mama. I don't even have to talk to you. No, she didn't give birth to her. She just she
suspension forever is not my decision. I can't suspend the student.
Understand
forever.
something. As
Yeah.
parents, we are in our legal rights to actually call the police.
Yeah.
You do have
And
to
I-
have
and
the
I'm-
right to do
and I'm
that.
happy to do so. I am so happy to do that. I've got them on standby on my
But
phone.
we don't want to get the police involved.
Well, of course
But
you don't. Of course,
you don't
because it
wanna get
makes
the
you
police
look
involved.
bad. I
However,
have no problem doing
you
that.
say you don't want to get the police involved,
Right.
but think about what just
Tell her.
happened. Now, this could have been
Prank.
elongated or anything. I don't know how long this prank was going to last,
Yeah.
but if the cameras on my house had not picked these two girls up, we still wouldn't know who had the purse.
No.
Right.
So
and
now we
your-
have proof to give to the
right.
police.
And your
You're right.
so-called investigation has failed. Okay. Once again, you have failed. So we need to figure out what you're going to do right now. Right now. Not 5 seconds from now. Right now.
I would kick her big behind out my office. I said it. I would kick her straight up out my office. That's it. She has no authority. And Larry just sitting there, know your place. Ain't saying nothing.
They're going to be suspended. I'm going to contact their parents because I need to speak with them so they are
Do they even
aware
have
of
both
what's going
parents?
on.
Anyway, go
Well,
ahead.
So
Finish.
when this hearing happens, will you contact us as well? To let us
I'd
know
like
so
to
we
be
can be there.
present. Yeah.
I will make you guys aware.
Uh,
As far as the
aware.
hearing, don't know if you can be in the hearing.
Oh, we'll be there.
But I will make you aware of what the ending result is.
Well, then maybe I'll just be present with my police report. Maybe I'll just be present with all of our
Well, we
evidence
don't-
and our. No. I know
Or
you don't
a
want
lawyer.
that. Yeah, I know you don't want
That is definitely well within your right to
Oh,
contact
you
the
don't have to
police
tell
and
me
get a
what my
lawyer.
rights are, honey. I know.
But from here, I want to make sure that I at least get in contact with their parents because right now their parents
Okay.
don't know
And
anything.
Oh, I'm
Well,
sure that they could have been involved for all we know.
And their parents need to know.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure you need to tell them, and we got video footage when they start complaining that, oh, it wasn't our daughters. Just let them know.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to understand what Bethany's so mad about, because I'm trying to understand, if you just so upset, call the police. You got proof now. Me too, Izella. I'm sick of her threatening people. I'm so sick of her doing that. I'm so sick of her doing that. Just constantly just making threats at people. Over and over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. And for what? But see, they can't do nothing to Hope them either because they don't have proof. Those twins are now just saying what Hope and her sister had them do. So, yeah. Hold on, y'all. I did something I wasn't trying to do. I'm building this playlist because I'm going to do a couple of Tamara things. Yep. It's those girls' word against Hope because they don't have any proof. Principal be fired. Not he ain't doing his job. Thank you. Yes, please smash the like button. It's like I can't stand her. I can't. Y'all know how to go. I can't stand her. I can't stand her. I can't stand her. And he just sit back there and just let her do whatever she want to do, say whatever she want to say. And it's just kind of like, is there no? Can he not put no muzzle on this chick? Like for real, for real. And Shara has yet to be called. All right, we're gonna get into this one. This is when Brooke.
Hi, y'all going? Oh, we're for the leave. Oh, what happened?
You got suspended.
Ooh, that sucks.
I know, right?
I bet y'all want to steal another purse.
We didn't want the purse.
I know I'm gonna have to watch PR.
I mean,
I'm
it
gonna
was
go
there.
check that one out.
But if we
But
wanted the
but
purse,
like-
we could have kept it. If
No,
we wanted
no,
the purse.
but look at it though. Stole a purse, got suspended, and didn't even get to keep it. So y'all just lost.
We didn't
lost,
want
lost.
the purse. That's the thing. If we want the purse, we would have been had
I'm
it.
like, why would y'all listen to what Hope and Faith say anyways? Those are not y'all friends. No. If they cared about y'all, they wouldn't put y'all in this situation. So they in class, chilling, laughing, and kikiing. Y'all can't even come back to the school. How do you feel?
Oh, well, that's still our friends either way or not.
How's it your friend? She don't care about you. What situation she put you in? As a freshman, you ain't gonna go on your record. You stole.
Well, it's not that big
She
of a deal.
doing Bethany at
It's
that,
not
but
big
I'm
of a
not gonna
deal.
say she wrong for talking
It's
to her,
sad.
telling her what she
Oh,
telling.
well.
Cause y'all think that's y'all friends. They don't care about y'all at all.
Oh, they're still our
You
friends
just-
either way or not, though. So I
You
really
lost
don't care.
everything. No school.
Because
no
she told me the
purse. You could have went to the thrift store and got you a purse.
I didn't want the purse. That's the thing. If we want the purse, we could have kept the purse. We didn't
No,
want
you
the
couldn't
purse.
have though, because
I
it would
could.
eventually came out,
But you snitched.
and you
though.
could have been in
But you
jail.
snitched,
That's
though.
not
You're a snitch.
snitching.
You're a tattletale.
That purse was a lot of money.
Oh well,
So-
good for you.
No,
Good
She
for
is
you.
you ain't
That
good
was
for me. 'Cause I
something.
can go back to class.
Oh well,
you
good
can't.
for you. Go to class.
That's why I'm finna
Then
go.
don't sin.
No, I don't.
No,
Oh,
you're
well.
mad. You're
Oh,
mad.
hold
So
on,
enjoy.
Cheryl. I don't necessarily agree on this one because I feel like Brooke has every right to brag about that bag and how Hope and them got them looking stupid. What Brooke is telling them, they used them. They don't get it. She's telling them y'all are freshmen. This is gonna be on y'all record the entire time y'all in high school. So she does need to tell them that. It needs to be made clear to them. And sometimes kids hear it better from peers than they hear from anybody else. And she's right. And where are Hope and her sister? Somewhere in class. Where they finna go? Suspended. Then they gotta go for a tribunal. So unless they get some kind of proof to prove that Hope and them put them up to it. They in this by themselves. The principal is calling the kids' parents. Well, I think they're gonna know what happened, Michelle, because they are the ones that were missing the purse, and they have them on. They went to the school, so they're gonna know what's going on because they went to the school with the video showing the girls on the video. You see what I'm saying? So that's it. That's what's going. That's what's showing that they are involved. Now, questioning them in front of Bethany and Larry probably wasn't the best thing for the principal to do. He should, once he realized it was them, the first call he should have made was to bring them in the office and set them off somewhere by themselves, and then call their parents. So he could have had a meeting with them and their parents. But I don't think I don't think we could help Bethany and Larry not knowing what's going on, because they have them on video and they're the ones that brought the video to the school. My issue with Bethany and Larry, particularly Bethany, if you're so upset about somebody stealing this purse from your daughter, to me, just go file a police report. Throughout this whole process, not nary a police report has been filed. Not nary a time. So why hasn't the big controlling adult in this situation done the one thing they should have done, which was file a police report? Can't say it's because they care so much um about Hope. They don't care nothing about Hope. Also spends and lets them leave the office to go home without parents being called to pick them up. They may not be going to the office. They may be going somewhere else to wait. They may be going to like a counselor's office or somewhere else to await being picked up. They may have them. They have another office, like an attendance office. Sometimes they'll send kids there too to sit and wait until their parents arrive. That's my point, Cheryl. Why didn't they go to the police in the beginning? That's the part that's not making sense to me. Because they got to go back to the principal. The principal can't keep them in his office all day. So they have other areas where they have kids to sit. Usually in schools, they have other areas where the kids can sit, and maybe even it could be that it could be the ISS class. It could be with the resource officer or whatever until their parents get there, because he has to have a conversation with the parents too. Yeah, they was laughing because they think it was the girl being pranked, but they actually stole a bag. They're not. Their mind isn't mature enough to grasp what has occurred. Unlike Hope and her sister, they knew exactly what they were having them do. Not necessarily. Here's where the lawsuit should come in play. The principal should not have had Bethany and them in the office. You see what I'm saying? Once they got the picture and everything, and then they confirmed and admitted they took the bag, at that point, that's when Bethany and Larry should have been exited out of office. They shouldn't have been allowed to say anything to those kids. At that point, the principal said, okay, I got this now. I appreciate you bringing this to my attention. Now leave. Then he has his conversation with them. Bethany and Larry shouldn't have been allowed to even sit outside that office. Agreed, Michelle. They shouldn't even been allowed to sit outside that office and wait to see what the principal told them. Bethany has no salt, no dog in this fight. She might have a person in this fight, but she ain't got no dog in this fight because she is not the parent of any of those kids. So yes, that right there, that's where the lawsuit comes in at. She shouldn't have been allowed to say anything to them. Larry shouldn't have been allowed to say anything to them. Now, Brooke, in this instance, she can say something because she's attending school with them. Michelle says all they have to do is say the issue will be handled. That's where they have a right. Exactly. Exactly. That's what should have been said. Okay, we appreciate you. We now know who our culprits are. We will handle this, blah, blah, blah. And then say, I cannot, when Bethany wanted to say, tell me. I ain't got to tell you nothing. Number one, you ain't even the girl mama. I got to tell you a darn thing. I got to tell you nothing. Because the reality of the situation, though, even though Bethany bought the bag, once she gifted that bag to Brooke, Brooke could do whatever she wanted to do with that bag. It became Brooke's property. And Brooke, from what I understand, is already 17. She is the age of consent. She is no longer considered a minor in the state of Georgia. So the best they could have done was get Brooke, take her down to the police station and have her file a police report. But it would have been them making her file a police report. Because she's age of consent now. You gonna tell me I can leave now? You gonna tell me I can leave now, Michelle Barnes? They're very jealous of Brooke. And I don't think it's just about Bethany. I think Bethany is their excuse to hate on Brooke. They're jealous of Brooke because she got her daddy there. Bethany does think she's above everyone. No, she did not. She did not want Bethany to come to the school. She don't want Bethany in none of her business going forward. Yeah, Bethany did too much. Insulting that man and all of that. She did way too much. And those other two girls, their mom and dad or whoever is gonna come up, I think there should have been a meeting held between the parents set at a later date. Should have been set at a later date. I know what you were talking about, Michelle. I was just messing with you. I gotta have I gotta have some kind of fun in the midst of all this sounding like a frog and coughing every once in a while. I know you weren't telling me I can get out of my life. I think she's gonna have some of Brooke's mannerisms, but this right here, what she's doing with these girls, I don't think that's Bethany. I don't see that as being Bethany. I see that as being Brooke being a senior in high school. Just like she talked to her cousin, and it was more of a real talk, not a Bethany talk, when she told her that she doesn't have to be a product of her environment. I think this is what Brooke is doing here with these girls. I think Brooke knows these girls aren't bad girls at all. They're just stuck in the hope thing. Because she's saying, how do you call hope your friend? It is their responsibility because it was stolen on school property. So it still is their responsibility. However, if Bethany is so upset, thank you, Michelle. I know you do, girl. You good. You good. And thank you so much. I'm glad that you enjoyed. And I ain't trying to be funny. I'm so serious. Um, but in truth, though, I think with the situation with them, I think Bethany, as the one who purchased the bag and having the receipt for the bag, when that bag came up missing, if she was just so concerned about this bag, what Bethany should have done was gone to the police. And that's the part I'm struggling with right now. I don't understand why Bethany did not take it upon herself to go to the police and have the police investigate the situation. Because I guarantee you, once the police got involved, them girls would have coughed that up. Them girls would have said exactly what happened. And then that's how you get hope and her sister pulled back into it. Hope, her sister, her ugly cousin, Isaiah with his weird looking self, those three pulled back into the fray because now it's blah, 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 blah. So the question becomes, if Bethany is so upset about this bag, why didn't Bethany file a police report? Marquisa says, see, when I was in school back in the 90s, we had to call transportation when stuff happened or the bus on the bus. And we had to be bused back to school and deal with the principal and district. Yeah, they would turn the bus around. I know exactly what you're talking about. When something happened on the bus, they would. I know with my dad, you would do one or two things. He would either stop the bus right there and call for transportation support, and they would tell him what he wanted to do. Usually, to to prevent the kids not being able to go home, a lot of times they would send an additional bus out to get the other kids off the bus and finish his route. My dad did too, Marquisa. Or I'm just saying, like in our district, what we did over there. And I think it's similar to what you're talking about. Or they would turn that bus around and take that bus right back to the school. And then they would have to go and deal with transportation director. If something happened on the bus while they were on their way to school, they would finish the route and then take the kids, depending on how bad it was. I know, Marquisa. I miss them days too. Yeah. And you're right, Michelle. She does. She wants to be in control of everything. But she so wants to be controlled, but she couldn't do the most basic of things, which was go to file a police report. And that bus driver didn't do nothing except for tell the mama, hey. Now, now what I'm wondering is, did those girls give Hope and her sister the strap as proof that they took the bag? And see, that bus driver should be suspended. They should be called up because how do you not? And then also, where the cameras at in the bus? Where the cameras at in the bus? Because back at this point, in this day and age, it's cameras on them buses. Plus, y'all, here's something else. In this day and age, what do kids do? They record every single thing. So somebody on that bus had to record them girls taking that bag. Just like somebody on that bus had to record Hope them egging those girls on to grab that bag. They took the strap off the bag, and I believe they took the strap off the bag and gave it to Hope as proof of theft. That's one possibility. Or they gave it to Hope so she could just have a piece of something that belonged to Brooke. Because who was it? Marquisa, was it you? Or was it you, Yvette, who said they thought no, it was Deborah said they thought that Hope likes Brooke. They're gonna have to make sense of it. They're gonna have to make sense of it. Because right now it's not. Now I'm not gonna come up with some, I'm sorry, catching a cramp. I'm not gonna come up with some crazy conspiracy theories in my head and different ways that this story could possibly be told. But this right here, this cut and dry, they need to do some consulting with school districts so it makes sense. Because this is unrealistic the way this is going down. You ain't finna have my child in there getting questioned by no white woman that ain't a part of the school system. And Bethany shouldn't have been able to. Hold on. She shouldn't have been able to get on that bus and cut up. The bus driver shouldn't have allowed it. She shouldn't have been allowed to get on the bus at all. She should have talked to the bus driver and let the bus driver ask the kids the question for her. That's how that should have gone if she had a question for the kids. She shouldn't have been going back and forth with them kids and no dozens and then like that. Just like Shar shouldn't have been going back and forth with them kids on the street. But here's something else, y'all. Bethany called the police on Hope and her sister and all those other kids because they were cutting through a neighbor's yard. But you done had a $1,500 bag stolen from your daughter off the bus and you don't call the police? Y'all make that make sense. Writers, make that make sense. I think it was Deborah event. She shouldn't have been allowed to get on that bus at all. That's a violation. Because what if Bethany would have been one of these real crazy people, which she ain't far from it. But when she said, "Can I come on? Can I speak to the kids?" and the kids and say, "No," what if she would have pulled out a weapon and brandished a weapon at those kids? When the bag came up missing, nobody thought to search the kids that were on the bus. No adult thought about that. I know they did, and I didn't like that. We know Medea is a we know there's gonna be some buffoonery right there. But then she came for Isaiah. He wasn't even on the bus that day. Yes, her mouth was a weapon because she was. They could get her for letting somebody. They could get the bus driver letting somebody come on there and verbally abuse their kids on the way to school. She also impeded with their learning process because them going back, getting back and forth to school every day, there is them impeding. It's her, and her stopping that from happening is impeding on their learning process. Shouldn't have been allowed to get on that bus. Period. If Bethany was so upset by that bag, she should have called the police. So I'm not buying it that she just want these kids
At
I'm
home
not
like
mad.
not.
And I
Joy
will.
at home
And
like
I will.
yeah.
And I will.
You know, you got nothing to say. But it's okay. Because you know what? I liked her just a little bit because she just stood in the back and ran. You should have joined the track team. You probably can't even do that no
Oh
more.
well, and all you do is hide behind your mom every
No,
time.
where's
Every time
she
hoping
at?
they'll come around, you hide.
Where's
So
she
shut
at?
up. Anyway, thank
I don't
you.
hide
I don't
ever.
care.
But it's okay.
I don't care.
Enjoy alternative school or wherever you're gonna go.
Alternative.
That's
I'm going
it, my
home, not
sister.
alternative.
Oh,
We gonna what
we'll see.
Lackawanna Blues. We gonna dance, baby.
Anyways, well, you seem upset. You seem like you're ready to
I'm
cry.
not upset.
When I'm able to go back to class, I'm gonna go back to class.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you. And I'm about to go home. Good for you.
Yeah, you act like
Yeah.
being at home is good
It
for
should
you.
go against her in court.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
I still got that little cheap purse. Did you get that from the
Oh,
flea
well,
market? That's where I should have
no,
the
I
purse instead of
didn't.
stealing.
we didn't want the purse. If we want the purse, we could keep
Oh,
it
can I get
literally,
my
but we gave it back.
strap back or
We don't have it.
you do though?
We don't have it.
Because why would they return the purse without the strap?
We don't have the scrap for your purse.
Yeah, I bet you do. But that's gonna get returned too, so it's fine.
Okay, good for you.
And if not, I guess your
know,
mom has
it's
to
a
pay for it. We know
waste
she
of
can't
time.
afford it because
Kinda
that's why you had to
walk
steal the
away.
purse.
My mom can't afford things, so
No.
I don't care.
Okay, so why did you steal my purse?
Girl, it's for there. We don't want the purse. If we wanted the purse, we would have kept it.
Stop listening to theirs, because
So,
look what it got you into.
oh well.
Somebody dared them to steal a bag and they dumb selves went and stole a bag. That's ridiculous. No home training whatsoever. Trying to make sure there's not one more skit. All right, y'all. I'm gonna call this a wrap for tonight. We've discussed Bethany. That's all I want to talk about tonight. Tomorrow, I'm gonna do some special lives. I will let you know. I will schedule them and let you know. But one of those lives is gonna be Tamara and Amber. Okay, Tamara, Amber, and Shayla, the dynamic, how they met. And I'm going to show you, on this live with them, I want to show how Amber makes better sense as a friend to Tamara. Their friendship would make more sense. The only thing is that Wayne was in a relationship with Amber before the marriage, right? Um, and then I want to do a Tamara and D thing. I got this idea from something O'Neal said um about Tamara. And I think he sees Tamara as a 304. Tamara is not a 304. I think, Nancy, you may know what I'm talking about. It's one of his lives he did like today when I think Tamara didn't answer Dee's question the right way. Then there was another thing that happened when Tamara came at Anthony and she made a little comment about she would contact his wife, and O'Neal didn't understand that. And I was like, you know what, that would be a good piece of content just to show. I want to show that all the things that Damien has done, and I want to pull that Anthony piece into her and Amber being friends. This is not to go against O'Neal. I'm not coming for O'Neal. O'Neal, if you see this live, I'm not coming for you or anything like that. But I want to show him how Tamara is solid and what that's it. And what I know he did. I'm gonna go look at that. I may react to it and post it. Or I may pull that into the thing tomorrow. Yeah, Anthony, ho ho ho. Definitely. But I want to pull that, and I want to also look at how Shayla manipulated the story on Amber's side. Because I think what made Tamara, I gotta find it, but I think what made Tamara lean more towards Shayla is because I think Shayla used that story about Amber and Wayne and how she was sleeping with Wayne, Anthony's business partner, up until the day they got married. I am gonna do one. I had a semi panel with Nancy the other day, but I do want to do it. I know Dante mentioned something about us doing something. Oh yeah, and then Dante had posted something as well that kind of got me thinking too with the whole friendship thing. Yes, and he did not chase her. Shayla was fantasizing about him the whole time, and nobody knows that. And Shayla took advantage of him when he was drunk, and nobody knows that. And I kind of feel like Shayla, what's the word I'm looking for? I feel like Shayla spun things, but I think if Tamara had time to really take a step back, and I think her being with Wayne has kind of helped this a little bit. I can believe she did it. I believe she did it. And now I'll go into why I think Shayla is a very weak character. Shayla's a very weak character. She just know Shayla and Anthony are the same person. Yeah. She told a story where it would make her look like she was a victim. But she doesn't justify messing with her best friend or admit that they were best friends. Or supposed to be. So I want to explore that. And if y'all get in contact with O'Neal or Dante, maybe Skitlanta, and they want to be a part of this panel, if I do a panel, but I'm just thinking about quick content right now. Another way to kind of react to what's going on, because I'm pulling receipts. Like I'm pulling receipts of there was actually a relationship between Amber and Tamara, where Tamara came over to her house to try to get her to come back to church and to speak life into her. When Tamara decided to get with the pastor, it was Amber that encouraged her to get with the pastor, to give love with him a try. So they were having some conversations. It wasn't just no fly by night. So yeah, Shayla fool. And Arbor was a good man. So I want to kind of like go back to that and pull some of that together. I also want to do some like 10 reasons Damien is not the best person for Tamara, or 10 reasons why he is. Like a 10 why he isn't and a 10 why he is. 5 ways Damien betrayed Tamara, or some stuff like that. Because I feel like in this, now she's starting to get like a bad rap. And also, this is the other thing too, and I want to do a piece on this. Women in general, we like nice things. Even a materialistic woman can like to be a non-materialistic woman can still like nice things, can still like to be pampered, can still like to be treated well and to be treated like a princess. That may not be a requirement for them, but they still can like that and they can enjoy it. That does not make them gold diggers, and that does not make them 304s. Tamara, to me, is more like Amber than she is Shayla. Tamara, Shayla don't have nothing going for herself. Shayla rely on a man. Tamara has dreams beyond. Tamara owned her own little thing, the honey pot. Tamara had started her dance studio, and that was her dream. Tamara also was going to school at one point. Have you heard about Shayla doing any of that stuff? Amber, always starting a business. I think Amber owns some properties. Remember when Amber first came on the skit, she had like I want to say like she had those salon suites or something. She had that. Amber, she was in business with Mike with the chips and stuff, and she's the one that had Mike. When he was going good, he was going good. Like Amber even knows Kendrick. Exactly. And I think the treatments that she got really weren't, it was over the top the way Wayne did it and presented it, but all the things that she got still fit who she is. And even when her and Wayne had their moment, Wayne didn't get out his bed and go to somebody else's bed, because Damien did that. Damien played with Tamara's business. Remember those folks got to fight? Tamara almost jumped D. Toya was worried for her. I'm just saying. So it's a lot more to go back historically. And I knew I want to do like Country Wayne rewinds and stuff. I think this is how I want to do it. So anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. It has been a pleasure chatting with y'all tonight. Peace and a whole lot of hair grease, bergamot. What's another really good? Vanilla. Um, Really nice, whatever your aromatherapy flavor is, to help you drift off into peaceful slumber. That's the kind of grease I want you to put on your scalp tonight and have peaceful sleep. All right? Bye, guys. See y'all in the morning for Morning Live.